Brian. Don't miss it.
Welcome to the PM show with Fred Dreyer. I am not Michael Horn. I am Jennifer Horn in for Michael Horn. Joining me in studio, always a pleasure to work with him. The man, the myth, the legend, the star of screen, stage, the airwaves, the football field.
Yeah,
Fred Dreyer.
I'm a multi-hyphenate.
You are a multi-hyphenate. I love that. I'm writing that down. A multi-hyphenate.
Here's a pen.
You know, in this day and age, you know, let me write this down here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Multi-hyphenate.
I'm a multi-hyphenate, which not many people in this profession are. And we have, first of all, hello, everybody. Thanks for joining us. It's great. Michael Horn is on assignment. I know he's out there in Pomona.
Should we say what he's really doing? Should we give away the secret?
Yeah, go ahead.
He is one of the judges. He's been selected to judge the international wine competition.
This teenage Panama.
Yeah. In Pomona, California. So he's actually, this morning when I talked to him, Fred, he said, I just got through judging Cabernets. And I said, how many did you have? 33. You can't drink the wines when you judge. You just have to
you gotta spit it.
Spit, because otherwise you'd be half dead by the time the morning was over. So that's what Mike is doing. He's out judging.
He's laying on the floor.
He's exactly right. But I am glad he's out judging because I get to hang out with you and talk sports, which
it's great.
is a lot of fun.
We don't get to hang out that much, and there is some sports to discuss. There's a lot of stuff going around, but what is prevailing is the Deflate Gate. That's still around.
It's the big story,
and there's more to it that is surfacing. And the reason that is surfacing, it continues to come out, is because it was never organized and came out the right way to begin with.
Got it. Because it was kind of bumbled, right?
It was completely blown.
They talked about it, then they waited, and then they brought it back again. So we'll get to that. That'll be good. Plus, we've got basketball action. Things are winding down for the basketball season, but winding up in Los Angeles for the Clippers.
Well, the Clippers may be winding down, too, the way they played in Houston. They got hammered by 21 points. And
but they made it this far. I give them credit.
They forgot that it was game
on.
Game 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's, they were up 3-1 and game 5 shows up. They're in Houston.
Right.
And they don't show up.
Start taking it for granted. You see that a lot with teams where they get a lead.
Basketball.
Yeah, they get a lead and they lose it.
Basketball is a very odd sport where you kind of have to remind people, you got to play defense. You got to get back, got to rebound.
Mm-hmm.
You got to do the essentials that people kind of forget to do. I know there's there's 82 games and then there's another 20 some odd games to go to get into the championship and to win it all. But the point is that the Lakers are in it, the Clippers are in it. So I guess we're stuck rooting for them. I just wish they would play a little bit better and go out and play like you mean it. For all the talk that's being discussed and thrown around here. Now the Lakers are down. Now it's the time for the Clippers. They haven't even come close. Until you win something, then you can talk. These guys can't even figure out how to get on the bus to win Game 7.
I love it. All right, we have all of that and more this hour. We're going to do baseball news. We're going to talk basketball, of course, Deflategate. And then, Fred, I'm going to ask you about your favorite sport.
Curling?
Hockey.
Oh, yeah.
Just for a second. Washington, New York.
Both have eyes.
It's the PM show with Fred Dreyer on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-351-8614. That's 800-351-8614. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-351-8614.
Welcome back. It is the PM show with Fred Dreyer. I'm Jennifer Horn in for Michael Horn. He'll be back with us next week. And the star of our show, Fred Dreyer, everybody. Say hello, Fred.
Yes. Listen. All right. Cut the music out. Get rid of the music.
Oh, I'm in control in here. Who knew? I was looking at Tomas. I didn't know I had control.
Well,
oh, boy.
A woman didn't know you had control?
I didn't. Usually I just give it to the big man in there, but,
All right. We have complete control now.
We do. We have control of we've got the whole thing.
This is like the Outer Limits.
This is. I love it. Show. I love being in control.
Here's the deal. We all know that Tom Brady and the New England Patriots have been hammered out now since for the last 4 months. About them deflating balls and cheating in order to win the championship, because that's what the whole thing comes down to. You wouldn't have won the championship if you hadn't deflated the balls, and you've been caught cheating before, Bill Belichick and Tom Kraft. I guess that's the owner of the Patriots,
right?
And so what we have here is a league that has screwed up this investigation. First of all, deflating footballs is a personal preference. I'm not saying Tom Brady knew it or didn't know it. I'm not trying to save him being guilty or not guilty or lying or not lying. All I'm saying is the league has made this Deflategate into a politic that is now the size and the proportion of something much more serious.
Right.
It's in the culture anyway to take something so minute in the minutia and attach an importance to it that is equal to the Twin Towers falling down, as an example. So you've got this feeling and this sentiment now with people that Tom Brady is the worst guy on earth because he's not telling us the truth about what's going on. Well, that may be true, but the way it is right now is the league now is saying that Tom Brady should be suspended 4 games, 5 games, 4
Which
games.
Which is sizable in football. That's a lot of games.
Yeah, that's
a short season.
25% of the season. So and they're going to be docked 2 draft choices and $1 million and all this other stuff. So it's a serious deal. They're going to make what they did was they stumbled. Roger Goodell stumbled out of the blocks and fell through the curtain on stage in front of everybody, and now he's forced to dance, and he can't dance.
And he has to do something now.
That's the joke of all this is that the league, in their desire to be so officious and so important, have screwed everything up. And so you don't know what the truth is. But there's an interesting thing here in the newspaper today, which was Ted Wells was hired by the league as an investigator, independent investigator, to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah.
And he got to the bottom of nothing. So in the crux of this whole thing, here's what it was. His finding was this Tom did something that he believes he was aware of. he thinks that Brady was more likely than not, generally speaking, kind of around he must have known something.
Probable.
Probably he knew something. So therefore, we're going to stick it on him.
Right.
And we're going to brand him as a cheater. We're going to suspend him and so forth
Which
and so
has
on.
followed the legacy of the Patriots because they have been caught before doing cheating. So this is a good narrative, right?
That's another interesting point, and I would love to get into that. I won't do that today, but at some point in time, we're going to go back and revisit that because there's interesting insight to be put on that. At a later date, so I'll get into that later on. But yes, because of that, and because that the punishment for that previous misdeed was not agreed to by a lot of people. A lot of owners said that wasn't hard enough. You should have kicked him out of the league. You know, you get rid of Sean Payton at New Orleans for a year. This guy should be out for a year, so forth and so on. And so nothing is organized or coordinated. Nothing is factual. You don't know what happened to this very day. And I was on, Monday I was on,
Mark Levin.
Mark Levin show. And we chatted a little bit about this. And the overview is, as a fan, as a citizen, I don't know what happened.
Right.
In other words, no one has come out and put together the chain of command and the step-by-step procedure of how these balls got to be deflated during the game. So through all of this, I raised the question, to Mark Levin. I just said, where is the referee, the guy with the white hat standing behind Tom? Where is the umpire, the guy standing behind the middle linebacker on defense? Where is the crew when it comes to handling this ball? Now, everybody knows that when you get in bad weather, cold weather, extreme hot weather, but really cold weather, rainy weather, muddy weather, once you get into that situation, balls change.
Right.
The surface changes. Everything changes. So therefore, quarterbacks, through the history of the sport, has had some sort of either a glove. They never used to allow you to have gloves.
And now they do, right?
Here's the reason why. This is a complex. I don't want to rush through this because we'll take a good part of the show to explain this. But it's very interesting. It goes back to the Fred Biletnikoff years, the Hall of Fame receiver for the Oakland Raiders. Fred put Stickum everywhere.
Really?
He had Stickum on the side of his helmet, on the inside of his wrists, up and down his forearms.
So he wasn't allowed to wear gloves, but he had the Stickum all over.
But this was in the 60s.
Right.
And it's in the 70s, too. And he had Stickum on the inside of his ankles, up the side from his ankle bone up to the calf. He had Stickum there. So anytime he wanted to get Stickum anywhere, or anytime somebody else needed Stickum, they'd go see Fred. And they'd start patting him down and get some Stickum. Also, all the receivers, although they didn't carry it like Fred did, had Stickum.
They had it.
All the quarterbacks, everybody had them. And if you play in a windy game, if you play in a game where it's a little cold and the ball's hard as a rock, it's slick, you got to have something
to hold on to.
You have to have something, otherwise it'll fly out of your hand. And so Roman Gabriel, for instance, in the 60s, used to put a strip of towel with a little bit of Stickum on it, folded up and stuck inside his waistband.
So he had something to grip.
So he would tap his hands
on
and get just a little bit, just to make it so he could handle the ball. So when the ball is snapped, he got control of it, and it comes out of his hand the way he wants it to come out.
Wow.
So the history of using things to make it convenient, to make it
give yourself just a little help,
yes, to make it convenient, has now been labeled as cheating.
Interesting. And I want to ask you a couple of questions about this because I have some follow-up on it. So let's keep talking Deflategate. It is the PM show with Fred Dreyer. I'm Jennifer Horn. We're talking Deflategate and more. We're going to get really into why the league, this is what I'm going to ask you. Here's a sneak peek, Fred. Why the league doesn't control the balls and why the teams do. So we'll talk about that next when we continue. Don't forget, you can check out Fred on Twitter, twitter.com @Fred Dreyer, Fred underscore Dreyer on Twitter. Yep. And you can also get all the links on our website at crntalk.com. The PM show with Fred Dreyer continues next on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
CRN travelers, relax at the beautiful Fountain Grove Inn and Conference Center in Santa Rosa, California. Come to quality and come to luxury. Experience the newly renovated guest rooms. They're generously sized and they're decorated in the Tuscan tradition. They have great, incredible pillow-top mattresses, luxurious linens, and down-filled comforters. The Fountain Grove Inn also offers complimentary Wi-Fi and internet access. There's warm cookies and coffee every evening in the hotel lobby, and you can visit the newly remodeled Equus Restaurant and Equus Lounge with its new wine bar. It's the ideal place to relax and enjoy a glass of wine and watch our What's Cooking on Wine show on CRN with host Larry Van Alst on Wednesdays. It's the Fountain Grove Inn, Hotel, and Conference Center located in the heart of Sonoma wine country. It's easily located in Santa Rosa off the 101 Fountain Grove Parkway exit. Call 707-578-6101. That's 707-578-6101 or visit fountaingroveinn.com.
When you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Columbo's Italian Steakhouse and Jazz Club, Colorado Boulevard, Eagle Rock. It's that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. If you haven't been to Columbo's, you don't know what you're missing. Delicious food. The steaks on this side are fabulous. The seafood so fresh and flavorful. Columbo's family Italian specialties are Southern California legendary, and the meatballs, the best in the West, North, South, and East. Plus service that's friendly but not fawning. And jazz every night, and it's also affordable. That's what makes Columbo's special. And they make special easy, whether for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. That's why when you really want Italian food, you've got to go to Columbo's. Because it really is that little neighborhood place you wish was down the street from you. Columbo's, making special easy every day. Columbo's, mangia.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names.
Really?
They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
If you're struggling to find reliable senior living information for your mom or dad, then call or go online to get the free help you need during this turbulent time. Call now, 800-471-5173, 800-471-5173.
Welcome back. It is the PM show with Fred Dreyer. I'm Jennifer Horn in for Michael Horn. And before the break, Fred, we were talking about the specifics of this Deflategate controversy, or what is being called a controversy in the media, even though this is something that, as you were talking about, has been going on for a really long time. People using Stickum, they get to use gloves. I mean, there's changing conditions in the environment that you have to deal with to grip a ball.
Well, there's a politic that's prevailing, and that's my point, is that we have government football.
Right.
We have government baseball now. We have government basketball. We have rules and regulations that don't belong in sports, and one of them is an outside source telling players, we've decided that little thing that you do for convenience is not only against the rules because we just made up a rule, we just coined a new rule, but it's not cheating.
Right.
And now now with the accusation comes the determination of guilt. And so what I'm getting to in all of this is for somebody to well, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me finish what I was saying about Biletnikoff and about Stickum and about Gene Klein of the Chargers was one of the owners who hated Al Davis, and so he demanded that Stickum be outlawed because, and the truth of the matter was, it's pretty funny. When you played the Raiders, everybody on defense on the opposing team had Stickum all over them.
So everybody was using it.
I'm telling you, it was everywhere.
Right.
Fred Biletnikoff would come out of the huddle and he'd come over. I was the right defensive end. He would come over and I'd look at him and he looked like he had fallen into a vat of this stuff. And he was
covered.
He was looking down the field. He was pushing his hands together, trying to get the right amount on his hands and stuff so he could catch the balls. And he caught everything.
Yeah.
Certainly. And he could catch anything.
It's like Velcro.
With or without,
Right.
He's in the Hall of Fame, not because he used Stickum.
Right.
But the point is that he used it for not to say in the hotel, I'm going to put Stickum all over me and I'm going to cheat. He put it on him because other guys needed it.
Right.
And the fact is that it was a personal convenience that aided him in what he did in his craft. Okay, and so Gene Klein said because the Raiders were always pounding the crap out of the Chargers, you got to get rid of it. So they said, okay, from now on, no more Stickum. You can't use Stickum.
So it's outlawed
in practice. It's outlawed. You can't. It's nowhere around. You can't get it. And so we thought that was stupid. So what came out of that was, well, we're going to use gloves then.
And so then gloves are
now everybody started using gloves.
Everybody's got gloves.
So the quarterbacks now started using gloves. And they started saying, hey, I could throw pretty well with these gloves. So the point is there's an adjustment. Not to cheat, not to say that Stickum, gloves, extra socks, and extra thermal when it's 20 below. These things are cheating. These things are common sense that a person makes an adjustment to that allows them to have a comfort zone when they play the sport.
It's a great point. So this makes them comfortable in their position, playing the best game that they can play.
Tom Brady knows for a fact, and so does Belichick, and so does the quarterback. Oliver. What's his name? Luck.
Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. Oliver's his dad. But they know for a fact that deflating balls doesn't do anything. Those two teams could have played 10 straight times, and they get beat 10 straight times.
Now, and maybe you've addressed this before, and I still want to ask why the league doesn't control the balls in the game instead of letting the team. So I do want to ask that question. But question number 2 here is, I had heard rumors that the league was the one that turned the Ravens on to leaking that there was even a deflate issue in the game between Indianapolis and the Patriots. Did you hear that rumor?
Yeah, I've heard it.
Is that true?
Yes.
Is it the league that's setting them up for this?
This is what we're getting. This is why we talk about this. I don't know if it's true. So you have what happened in this game in the AFC Championship game in New England was the Colts knew the balls were deflated. And decided because they got beat by 50 points.
Yeah, they were going to lose if you were playing with a ping pong ball.
They were going to lose if they had 15 guys on the field playing for them against their 10. But what occurred is that they decided to hold up till the game was over with and say, these guys cheated. The balls are deflated. Check the balls. And, of course, they were deflated. So that somehow was used as a lever at the right time. My point to Levin is that Tom Brady at that very moment should have just said, we beat these guys' brains in.
Fair and square.
We'll beat them 20 straight more times. That had nothing to do with anything. And by the way, this is what happened. I had nothing to do with it, or I did. I made the adjustment. So what?
Right.
He didn't get out in front of it to lead, and that was my disappointment.
More up ahead. It's a PM show with Fred Dreyer on CRN Digital Talk Radio. What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now. 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Homeowners, now is the season to be thinking about your roof, because all it takes is one storm to turn a small roof problem into a major leak. If it's time for a new roof, call Sears at 888-465-9720. You can save $500 if you call right now. Sears licensed, fully insured contractors can get your roofing job done right. Just call 888-465-9720. Sears has a variety of shingles and styles that are built for long-lasting performance, and you'll save $500 if you call now. So call Sears for a free in-home consultation at 888-465-9720. Hurry, offer ends soon. Not available in all areas. Installation provided by Sears authorized licensed contractors. License information available upon request. That's Sears Roofing. Call right now and save $500. Call 888-465-9720. 888-465-9720. Call Sears now and get that roof repaired. Call 888-465-9720.
Are you worried about losing your home to foreclosure? If you've been threatened with foreclosure or receive legal papers from your bank, you have approximately 30 days to respond. If you do not respond, you could lose your home. You have rights. Act now to protect your rights. You can stay in your home. Many times you can even modify your loan. The bottom line is you can get past this, but you must act right now. If you've been served by your bank and you're worried about losing your home to foreclosure, now is the time to fight back and save your home. Time is limited, so call the professionals at National Foreclosure Defense right now.
800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. 800-515-6309. That number again is 800-515-6309.
Over 2 million families have trusted Lumber Liquidators for beautiful, high-quality, and affordable flooring. Our incredible deals mean you get the floor you want at the low price you deserve, like 5-inch click pre-finished hardwood. It's as easy to install as laminate, and now it's just 99 cents. Or get solid hardwood for less than you'd pay for laminate at other stores. This week, get 3/4-inch real pre-finished maple for just $169. More deals from 49 cents. And 18-month special financing for quality hardwood floors for less. See the experts today. Visit LumberLiquidators.com to find a store near you.
AJ here from the Tee It Up Radio Network. Each week we cover the world of golf for you. Celebrating 18 years, Tee It Up continues to bring you fresh inside the ropes reporting and one-on-ones with Hollywood's most passionate golfers. So stay in the know with the Tee It Up Show, Sunday morning 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, live right here on CRN, Digital Talk Radio.
Catch the gang from Tee It Up on CRN1 Sundays 6 to 8 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
Welcome back. It is the PM show with Fred Dreyer on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Jennifer Horn, in for Michael Horn, and now the star of our show, the great, the handsome, the talented Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so very much. Welcome to the show. Thank you, Jennifer, for sitting in for Dad. So let me just wrap this up if I can. I'm talking about this Deflategate and the fact that it is such. I called it on the Mark Levin show. And I got a lot of tweets out of this. Mm-hmm. I called it the celebration of the institutionalization of minutia.
Wow. Let's go through that again.
Yep.
The celebration of the institutionalization of the minutia.
Of minutia.
Of minutia.
Yeah. And that's what this is, which means this is what this is the politics.
It's great words to get. I love this.
Yes, we'll write them down for you.
We're writing them down.
So what you do is they take the smallest, most stupid, unimportant element that is factual
and use it against you.
And they explode it.
Right.
They make
it big.
They make it equal value to the most important of things. As I said earlier, the Twin Towers going
right.
on.
I know
that's
you're
an extreme. I don't mean
two extremes together, but I know what you're saying. They're making this into the biggest deal that's ever rocked football. And here is a group, the NFL, that has let all these really bad people keep playing the game when they've done really horrible things in their personal life. They're allowed to keep playing. Here you have a deflated ball by what? Not even like a half a pound of air.
Well, whatever it is.
Whatever it is. And there's this big issue. It's sort of like drawing the parallel, and I know you're politically minded. A lot of people caring about Deflategate. Nobody cares about Hillary Clinton's email server being wiped clean. I mean, it's like,
exactly.
it doesn't make sense. It doesn't equate.
So it's in there.
Yeah.
And that's what they do with people. And that's why you have to read stuff. That's why you can't watch television. That's why you can't be a Republican. You can't be a Democrat. You've got to be able to think for yourself and enter into the political fray from the outside. You can't live within the politic and solve problems.
Right.
Reason and common sense does not exist. Now, this is one of the things that called for reason and common sense that has caused an awful lot of upheaval because it's confused a lot of people. Mm-hmm. And it's very simple. You know, all Tom Brady has to do is say, those balls, here's what I did. And no one knows what he did, so I don't know if I should subscribe or I should ascribe to him certain behavior as an analogy. But I'll go. Here's what I'll do. As an analogy, if Tom Brady told these kids, these two ball boys, deflate the balls, take about 4 or 5 ounces out of each ball.
Right.
Okay? And the kids did it. And they did it right after the officials saw the balls and signed off on them. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If that's what happened, say it.
Yeah, just admit what you did. Yeah.
Just say it. And here's
took a little air out.
And here's the reason I did it. This is the reason I've done it before in my career.
Why everybody else does it.
I did it in college and high school. Mm-hmm. This is the reason everybody does it, so forth and so on. And you know, since it's become illegal, I guess now I'm a cheater. If you don't get out in front of it, here it goes. This is the same thing in politics. This is what killed John McCain and Mitt Romney, and it could possibly come back in 2016 to plague the next candidate from the Republican Party, and that is not knowing how to get out in front of a narrative, how to get out and tell people this is BS, this is why it is. Not only is that, I'm going to create a new narrative you can follow. They won't do it. And that's what killed George Bush in office. That's what killed the Republican Party for 8 years. George Bush let every single politician, Republican, conservative, across the state, at the state and federal level, twist in the wind by allowing him to be battered by guys like David Letterman and the culture and Jon Stewart and being abused and having his brand killed. And this is what I asked of Mark Levin was, don't we think that Tom Brady should be getting input and advice to protect his brand?
Yeah.
As a leader.
Well, you hear his agent out there, and his agent doesn't seem to be doing a stellar job for him. I think, what is his name? Don Yee.
Yeah.
You had also Tom Brady going on stage in front of a bunch of Patriot fans and kind of looking jerky a little bit, like he just kind of laughed and smirked. Yeah, I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And this is the first lesson. I studied PR, public relations, in college, and the first thing they tell you, if there's wrongdoing, you admit it and then you deflect it. Deflect it. Create your own spin.
Haven't we learned anything? Go all the way back to anything that any president or any politician ever did. The cover up will kill you.
Yes.
And if you act as if this minutia is that important, you're finished.
You just have to pretend it's not that big of a deal.
You're done.
You're right.
Now, so here's my question. You know, the attorney, what's his face?
The agent, Don Yee?
No, Ted Wells.
Oh, okay.
Investigating.
Sure, the independent guy.
You know, interviewed Tom Brady. He was very cooperative, he said. And he says, but he told Tom, I'm not going to take your cell phone. I'm not going to request to see your texts and all this other stuff. I'm going to take your word for it as a man. I don't want to butt into your business and so forth and so on. And they said, okay, fine. He says, but I would hope that you would write down and give me and submit texts that pertain to this issue. And he said, I'm not going to do it.
Of course.
Okay, he says, I'm not going to do it. So therefore,
he's a liar.
He's a liar and he's guilty. Okay, now, just a second. Here's my question. Did Ted Wells investigator for the league on this subject matter. Did Ted Wills ask the ball boys for their phones?
I'm thinking no.
No, he didn't ask them that. So here's what we get. We get a guy named Ted Wills here who has never been asked any of these questions. He's never been asked a question. There's no interest in the digging and the excavation of the step-by-step procedure, which would give you intent.
Interesting.
It would not give you.
You've nailed it.
If this was just a, hey, I think, I told Levin, I said, no, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady are in the hotel Sunday afternoon before they get on the bus to go to the stadium, and Tom comes up and goes, I got it. I'll deflate the balls.
It's been part of my evil plan.
And Bill says, God, Tom, I love you.
And then there was an evil laugh.
Yeah, exactly. So the stupidity of this is only magnified by how stupid people are when they react to it.
I love it. All right. More up ahead. We're going to move on now to the world of baseball, basketball. We've got some playoff news coming up for basketball fans, and of course a little chat on baseball when we return. You can follow Fred Dryer on Twitter, twitter.com @Fred_Dryer. So make sure you check him out there. You can also follow him and all of our podcasts on the website crntalk.com. It's the PM Show with Fred Dryer.
What would an extra $250 a month mean to you? For some, it's a little financial breathing room. For others, it's a car payment, a home repair, or help with college tuition. Hi, I'm Jay Farner, president of Quicken Loans, and I've got some great news if you're looking to save money on your mortgage. All it takes is a simple phone call to Quicken Loans at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. Folks who refinance with HARP can save an average of $250 a month. That's $3,000 a year. Our home loan experts fully understand the HARP guidelines, and they'll walk you through our streamlined process. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And this year, for the first time, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Important terms and conditions apply. Call us for cost information. Equalizing lender. Licensed in all 50 states and MLS number 3030.
Breathe it in, kid. Every 3 months we install these air handler filters. They're more energy efficient, hold more dust, and are priced to save us more money. And Grainger's got close to 3,000 different styles and sizes to choose from. In stock and ready when we need them. I love oxygen, kid. And this facility's got some great AO too. I'm breathing easier just thinking about these air handler filters. Get some today. Get it? Got it? Good. Call clickgrainger.com/filters or stop by. Grainger. For the ones who get it done.
Over 2 million families have trusted Lumber Liquidators for beautiful, high-quality, and affordable flooring. Our incredible deals mean you get the floor you want at the low price you deserve. Like 5-inch click, pre-finished hardwood. It's as easy to install as laminate, and now it's just 99 cents. Or get solid bamboo for less than you'd pay for laminate at other stores. This week, get gorgeous, hand-scraped bamboo for just $1.89. More deals from 49 cents. And 18-month special financing for quality hardwood floors for less. See the experts today. Visit lumberliquidators.com to find a store near you.
Welcome back. It is the PM Show on CRN Digital Talk Radio with the great Fred Dryer.
Thank you so very much, Jennifer Horn. I know Dad is hanging in there out there in Pomona at the hotel.
Living the tough life.
He may be poolside.
He may be You know what?
There
that sounds just like him.
A lightning alert. You know, that stuff's coming in.
Finally, you know, we broadcast this program from Southern California, and we are in the midst of a very serious drought. But the next couple of days, it looks like there's some rain forecasted for us, so we'll take it. I'll be out with my rain bucket collecting.
I've got 2 gophers. I know there's 2 of them because one gopher can't move this fast. I've got 2 gophers.
That's very funny.
Every time it rains, these guys surface.
They come on out.
And they start cutting furrows. I mean, it's like Caddyshack.
Wow. You need to go out there. Do you go out there with your golf club and give them a little?
I go out there early in the morning around 7 o'clock when the sprinklers go on. And then I watch to see what's happening. And sure enough, I see a little mound of dirt on the left being pushed up along the side of the concrete.
If I were a gopher, I would not want to dig up at your house because you're going to get them. You're a tough guy.
I got to tell you, they're a real formidable foe. But
You're 6 foot what? And a little gopher stuff worked for you?
But here's what I did. I went out to a Chinese gardener.
Okay.
And he gave me 3 gopher dynamite sticks.
So if you're in Southern California and you hear any big explosions, well, it's going down at your house.
3 and you know the joke about Chinese products. They're great products, but the packaging is terrible.
Yeah.
And the Japanese have the best packaging anywhere.
And the product is terrible.
In the world. No, but they're good too. But the Japanese have the best products, best packaging. So anyway, he gives me these sticks. He goes, "You'll take this." So I take them and I put them in the ground and I light them off.
It's the 4th of July.
And so they went off, and my neighbor comes out of his house. And he said, what the hell are you doing over there? And so the smoke coming out of the lawn. And I said, well, I've got to get our guys, So
getting the gophers.
So I go to lunch. I come back, and there's one on the driveway, belly up.
You got one.
I got one.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so 3 sticks.
Just be careful the gophers don't start throwing dynamite in your house.
Well, hey, listen, I'm ready. I got a 45, in my bedroom. So, but anyway, the point is that it's great that the weather's coming and my lawn's going to get nourishment and if the gophers are there, then they're there. We'll deal with it when we come up. Now, Yogi Bear is 90.
Can you believe it? Good for him. I love it.
And he looks.
He doesn't look 90.
He does well. Yeah,
looks
it all
80-ish.
depends. It all depends. He looks 89.
Yeah, 89 and a half.
But he's great, and it's amazing, isn't it?
Did you ever get to meet him?
I met him.
A great guy, or
oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah. He goes, hey, how you doing? And
typical New York.
Yeah, and I met him in '69 when Mickey retired.
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants were getting ready to play the Vikings in the opening game in September, and so we had just broken camp, and Mickey was retiring, so they drove him around in a convertible.
Wow!
On the inside of the thing, he's waving goodbye to everybody, and I saw Yogi over there, and as I did, Rizzuto, Scooter, and all these other guys. And it was great, It was great to be in Yankee Stadium at 23, playing for the Giants.
Amazing.
Shaking hands with all the great Yankees.
All your heroes, childhood heroes.
All the great guys. And these guys, and Billy Martin, I love these guys, and they're just the best. But happy birthday to Yogi and his family.
Happy birthday, Yogi.
And speaking of the Yankees, Jorge Posada.
Yeah.
Also a catcher. Says Alex
He's been
Rodriguez.
Around a while.
Yeah. He played 13 years,
Mm-hmm.
12 years with the Yanks. And he was almost a most valuable player in 2003, but he finished 3rd behind Rodriguez and Carlos Delgado. And he still holds a grudge against Rodriguez because Rodriguez was on drugs,
Well, baseball is so weird, and I'm going to throw this out to you. Baseball has punished Pete Rose for decades now for gambling, yet they let Alex Rodriguez come back after, really what is cheating? He was using enhancement drugs to get better and get stronger and to swing that bat better.
Well, see what you said there? See, the intent of these players
is to get better.
Was to cheat.
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm a big proponent of players taking care of themselves, taking supplements. Androstenedione Dion, which is what McGuire took. That he had a jar of it naively up in his locker, and some reporter said, "Hey, what's that?" And that started the whole thing.
Wow.
So I said, "Oh, it's just Androstene." And then the reporter said, "Should you be taking that?" And then McGuire didn't know what to do,
right?
Because genuinely, he didn't.
He didn't know. Yeah, he was taking it.
His intent wasn't to cheat or to subvert the law or a regulation. It was to be a better player.
Now, I would say to be fair, that's probably true with people in Mark McGuire's generation, because at that point nothing had come down yet. But now, after McGuire goes through this, after what's his face on the Giants with the feather earring.
Oh, you mean LT?
Yes. No. On the Giants, oh my gosh, I'll think of it. It doesn't matter. But after these guys go through, that these substances are illegal, and now A-Rod's still taking them, even though he knows that they're not part of the game plan anymore, because he knew. He knew that this wasn't allowed.
Plus, the court of human opinion
right
A-Rod's an idiot. He's a jerk. They don't like him.
Right, and he's also, you're right,
yeah,
he's
and
pompous.
He's also a jerk.
And he's a jerk.
And he doesn't get any slack cut in his favor
because
whatsoever.
of this. So Jorge Posada now says he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame.
No, he doesn't belong in the Hall of Fame, and he's upset about it, and they're both going to probably come face-to-face in the stadium here come September when Posada's number 20 jersey is retired. So he'll get to have maybe, there'll be
if they go mano a mano.
Some exciting
the PM
things
show
happening.
with Fred Dreyer on CRN Digital Talk Radio.
You're experiencing pain, back pain, shoulder, elbow, or hand pain, pain from a sports injury. If so, schedule a visit with Dr. Michael Sheps, the leading expert in laser therapy for pain management. Call 310-873-4422 or go to drsheps.com. Experience Epic T, the breakthrough laser therapy system that Dr. Sheps developed to make you pain-free in less time. Laser therapy is a non-invasive, safe, and effective in-office procedure that penetrates deep into your skin without damaging the tissue. It perfectly targets areas of pain to promote fast, natural healing. Relax your muscles, ease muscle spasms, joint stiffness, and arthritis pain while increasing blood circulation. For over 25 years, Dr. Sheps has helped Olympic athletes and sports enthusiasts alike get back in the game. Schedule your visit with Dr. Sheps at his Brentwood office in California. Call 310-873-4422 or visit drsheps.com. That's DRSHEPS.com, 310-873-4422.
People are living longer, so David Bach, author of the book Smart Couples Finish Rich, says it's wise to plan for the long haul.
If you're in your 60s today, 1 in 2 of you, statistically, is going to live to be 95 or older. And as sure as I'm alive right now, 5 years from now, I'm going to be saying that 1 in 2 of you is going to live to be over 100. Our retirement lifespan is now going from 15 years to 30 to 35 to 40 years. So I think in your 60s, really you should look at that as what it used to be in your 40s and think today in your 60s, there's never been a better time to be doing financial planning than in your 60s.
Maximize your investments. Consider delaying retirement to save more. Check out Social Security's spousal and ex-spousal benefits and think about waiting to age 70 to claim your own benefit when it's the highest. And finally, illness is costly. Consider long-term care insurance. That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Call right now and receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-785-9618. Donate your car today. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Summer camping is just around the corner, and the Revolution with Jim and Trav, presented by Outdoor Channel, is here to teach you how to camp like a champ.
Oh, you can just smell and taste the nature. So we're going to get camping tips from Johnny, Gene, and Brunson of Addicted to the Outdoors on Outdoor Channel.
Plus John Paul Mooney from Covenant Ranch, Cat Daddy, and Ryan Neely with Camp Chef.
And it's presented to you by
Outdoor Channel at OutdoorChannel.com.
Saturday mornings at 7 o'clock Pacific Time on CRN, Digital Talk CRN2.
Welcome back. It is the PM show with Fred Dreyer. I'm Jennifer Horn, in for Michael Horn, and now the star of our show, Fred Dreyer.
Thank you so much. We're talking about Yogi Berra, the Yankees, steroids, Jorge Posada, and Alex Rodriguez. You mentioned something to me, I think, off camera here just a moment ago about Pete Rose being suspended.
Right. I just think baseball's an interesting set of rules. They suspend Pete Rose for 20-something years, over 20 years, decades, and then they let someone like Alex Rodriguez, who knew that there were rules, chose to break the rules, and then they suspended him for a year. He's back playing again. It just doesn't seem to make a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, here again, not that I'm advocating it's okay to bet on baseball because there's a huge rule against it.
There is a big rule.
Okay, there's a huge rule, and you got to go by the rules, and I agree with that. I agree that he was suspended. I agree that he was fired as manager of the Reds. However, what he did as a hitter what he did as a work ethic, and what he represented in the era of baseball at that point in time is extremely important to maintain.
And you can't discount it.
And you can't forget he even existed or lived, or you're going to just say, when it comes down to the Knicks guy who has the most hits in a game, are you going to forget that Pete Rose played?
Mm-hmm.
Or how are you going to handle Pete Rose?
Right.
So it's incumbent on baseball, and I think this commissioner knows this new one, that you've got to welcome Pete back in. And you've got to allow him to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. And whatever happens, but he should be on the ballot. He should be eligible.
They can even put an asterisk in there saying,
I've always thought that. I just say this. Look, within the course of this person's history as a baseball player, this is what he did.
I mean, at least he wasn't betting on his team to lose. Then you'd have
well,
a real
exactly,
problem.
But this is what he did. Asterisk. Pete, that naughty boy that he was,
right, bet on baseball.
Bet on his Reds to win games. Suspended 25 years. So that's all a part of the record, And for baseball to be so sanctimonious, and I think it has a lot to do. And Steve Carlton and Pete Rosa actually told me this a long time ago, years in 1980 when I went to see him play the Dodgers in a doubleheader one day. And he just said, there's a lot of people in baseball who hold grudges, and that's the people who hold over your career. He says, when you step into the batter's box and you're in your 18th, 19th year, and you're trying to win and wrap up a career, and you realize that there's people up here in the press box watching you that hate you, that knows that they're going to do everything they can to obstruct your progress into the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And there's a lot of that.
Is it just because it's so competitive? I mean, why?
There's jealousies.
Right.
There's tremendous jealousies. Reporters that go into locker rooms, and a guy he writes a story about him he doesn't like, and for the next 5 years they're arguing, and he says, I'm not going to talk to you. And so that type of feud carries over, and at the end of the day, the reporter says, you know what, I'm going to keep you out of the Hall of Fame, and I'm going to talk to other people too to do the same thing. Well, that goes on in any walk of life, but
and then people are lemmings. Once you start a movement like that, they want to follow along.
Yeah. So, but anyway, our hour is dwindling away, and again, I want to thank Jennifer Horn for being such a great sport to step in and cover for her dad, who I know is out there somewhere in Pomona.
Having fun without us, Fred.
Poolside in his Speedos.
I
know he's...
Oh.
Can you imagine?
No!
You can't imagine that. And so,
Gold? No!
Yes. But we want to thank you folks always for dropping in. You can contact me at Fred_Dryer on a tweet. Give me some tweets. We're up on a board, and pretty soon we'll be talking about our website. That's going to be getting up there pretty good. But I want to thank you, Jennifer, for popping in. And folks, thanks for joining us. As always, we'll see you next time.
Around the CRN studios, we pride ourselves on being the station of every situation. You can always listen live through your local cable TV provider, as well as on our website at crntalk.com.